The herd was right there. 2 hours out, everyone knew the route. Then the sky broke open. Not a passing shower. A storm that doesn't quit. By nightfall, the hunting party turns back, empty-handed, soaked to the bone. Nobody knows it yet. But this is day 1 of 7 days. No hunting, no tracking, no leaving the cave at all, just rain. Hammering the entrance, hour after hour, and a group of people staring at a fire with absolutely nothing to do, except survive whatever comes next. This wasn't a lazy day inside. It was a complete shutdown. No hunting. Tracks wash away in the mud. No fishing. Rivers run high and dangerous. No gathering far from shelter. Wet ground, bare feet. One twisted ankle out here could be fatal. Even fire, the one thing keeping everyone warm, safe, and fed, became a daily fight. Wetwood doesn't catch easily. Losing that flame wasn't a minor setback. For most of human history, this kind of storm didn't ruin one afternoon. It shut down every single way of staying alive, all at once. So the real question isn't how they survived the rain itself. It's what they did with all that time, trapped inside, unable to do anything they normally relied on, because that answer changes everything that came next. By day 3, something shifts. The panic of the first day is gone, replaced by something quieter. Restlessness. Firelight flickers against the cave wall. Someone picks up a stone, turns it over, starts striking it against another. Chip, chip, chip. Not hunting, not fleeing, just working. Slowly a shape starts to form. An edge, sharper than before. A point more precise. This wasn't random. Idle hands with nothing else to do, default to fixing what's broken, sharpening what's dull, making something better than it was yesterday. Archaeologists find this pattern constantly. Caves packed with tools in every stage of production, piles of stone flakes concentrated in one spot. Exactly where someone sat near the fire for hours. Rain didn't stop the work, it just moved the work indoors, into hands that had nowhere else to go. By day 5, something changes again. The tools are sharp. The essentials are done, but the rain hasn't stopped, so hands that already fixed what needed fixing start reaching for something else. Ochre, a soft, reddish stone ground down into powder. Someone mixes it. Water, maybe fat, worked in slowly, testing the texture between their fingers. This isn't survival anymore, not directly. At Blombos Cave in South Africa, archaeologists found a full ochre workshop, roughly 100,000 years old, shells used as mixing bowls. Bone tools for grinding and stirring, a real process. Repeated on purpose. Nobody needs pigment to stay alive. Nobody needs color to survive a storm, but somewhere between day 3 and day 5, boredom stopped producing tools and started producing something with no practical use at all. Something made simply because there was time enough to make it. Here's the part that should genuinely stop you. Some of the most famous cave paintings on Earth aren't near any cave entrance. They're not where people sheltered. Not where fires burned for warmth. At Chauvet Cave in France, some paintings sit hundreds of meters underground, through narrow passages, chambers you'd have to crawl through to even reach. Someone carried a small, fat-burning lamp into total darkness, walked that far, alone or in a small group, on purpose, and painted lions, horses, rhinos, muscles tensed, mid-stride, drawn with real anatomical understanding. This served no survival function. No warmth, no food. No protection. You don't make that trip when the weather's perfect and there's work to do outside. You make it when you've already sharpened every tool, already ground every pigment, and there's still time left to fill. That deep, that deliberate, that far from any exit. That's not survival. That's what boredom builds when it's given enough days in a row. Day 7. The rain finally slows, then stops. The group steps outside. Back to hunting. Back to normal. Now think about your own last rainy day stuck inside. At some point, you probably reached for something. A sketchbook you hadn't opened in months. A guitar in the corner of the room. Something you never seemed to have time for, not because you needed it, because you suddenly had nothing else pulling at your attention. That pull toward making something, toward filling empty hours with your hands, isn't boredom in the way we usually think about it. It's old. Much older than sketchbooks or guitars. It's the same pull that carried a fat-burning lamp deep into a cave. Just with better tools now, we treat boredom like a modern problem. Something to escape, something to scroll away. But maybe it's the opposite. Maybe boredom is one of the oldest engines human culture has ever run on. Every tool sharpened past what was needed. Every pigment ground with no survival purpose. Every painting carried hundreds of meters into total darkness. None of it came from necessity. It came from time. forced stillness, nowhere to go, and hands that refuse to stay empty. So picture that storm again. Day 1. A hunting party turned back, soaked, staring at a dying fire. They didn't know it yet, but 7 days of nothing to do was about to produce something that would outlast every meal they ever hunted. If this changed how you see a rainy day, subscribe.